Dear waiting moms, welcome to another episode of Becoming Moms podcast. My name is Dr. Tien. I'm a pharmacist and a fertility coach, and I'm your host. After almost 2 years of my own trying to conceive journey with irregular cycles and insulin resistance, I can understand how challenging and lonely it is to be on this journey. And at the beginning of 2022, I was able to regulate my cycles and fall pregnant naturally, as well as improve my insulin resistance by lowering my A1C down to a normal range after only 6 weeks. I am now on a mission to help all of you waiting moms find a better, more balanced way to optimize your hormones and your body in order to increase your chances of conceiving without feeling like you have to be on any restrictive diet or crazy amount of medication or supplements. I know I don't want to do that, so I don't want you to have to go through that either. Okay, so let's get in today's episode. Okay, guys, so I know most of our episodes I've been just talking to you guys by myself, but I really wanted to bring more guest speakers onto our podcast because I wanted to, especially for me, learn more about other ways that I can help you with your nutrition and as well as your fertility. So that's why today I brought a integrative health coach. Her name is Anna, and she has a lot to share that I feel like would really be beneficial for women with PCOS and other metabolic syndrome. Anybody who a listener of our Becoming Mom podcast would get a lot out of this today. So we'll talk more than just our usual nutrition for fertility. But I wanted her to introduce herself first before we get started in our episode today. Anna?
Yes, thank you, Tien, for having me here. It's lovely. I love to be here and given me the opportunity to talk about more of what really enjoy in life, which is integrative nutrition. And it's not only about nutrition; it is more than nutrition itself. There are many pillars about being healthy and happy because that's what we want in life, I think, most of us.
Yeah, definitely. And when I was chatting with you about your coaching pillar, like the fundamental pillars, it's really kind of brings me into a perspective of yes, so other people also think there's more than just nutrition as an important part of wellness in general, right? And working towards a healthier life. And I always focus on nutrition a lot of time because that's like the major part of helping women achieve fertility, because that's kind of the core component. But I also wanted you to go over like your coaching pillars and why you think all of those components are an important part of living a healthier life and achieving better fertility in general.
Sure. So my coaching program or my coaching as I focus is one of the things that is very, very important, and we really don't pay attention to it, is our mind, our mindset. And I focus 50% mindset, self growth, and self love. Then I put 20% in sleep hygiene, and then I put 20% nutrition, and at the end, 10% of movement. That doesn't mean that it's not important to get your body moving, but once you achieve, I mean, the mind is very complex, and most of us, especially women, with lack of self love, self growth, um, always caring for others, and we forget about ourselves.
Yeah.
The mind, it's such a powerful thing to have. It is amazing, and it can be your worst enemy or your best friend.
Yeah.
And we live in a society where negativity is everywhere, everywhere. You will see it. I mean, if you want to, if you choose to look that way. But let's put the example that we always put about when we see the a glass of water half full, empty or full,
Mm-hmm.
right? We always tend to see it empty.
Mm-hmm.
One of the is the mind, the nature, the brain always tend to see the negative part because we always afraid and we go to the worst because we always want to be prepared.
Right.
But what about if we change that perspective to the beauty of having the glass of water full, even if it's empty? We have a choice, right? And I work a lot on not changing your mind. It's not about changing, it's about being grateful and um, being happy or content or embrace the situations you have in life, whatever it is, whatever you're going through, just embrace it because the more you fight about it, the worse you're going to feel.
Yeah.
And mindset and self growth is very, very, very important in my coaching pillars. That's why I put a lot
Yeah, fifty
focus on that.
percent is a lot, right? But honestly, for women who are going through, difficulty with conceiving and infertility through their journey, a lot of mindset would really help them actually, because seeing people, because this is me too, when I was trying to conceive and I couldn't have a baby, right? Like this whole 2 years of my life, I would see pregnancy announcement after one another. Like my friend would get pregnant 3 times and I'm still not pregnant yet, right? Or like it, because it was during the pandemic, so everybody was in lockdown, nobody could go anywhere, so everybody was trying for a baby and everyone else was successful except for me, so I was just feeling really down and depressed and just lonely, right? So a lot of women in the same journey too that I meet on social media, this is also their mindset most of the time. Like how do I deal, how do I be happy for other people who are expecting, like my family, my friends, right? Like I don't want to be upset, I don't want to feel mad or jealous for, but I'm in this situation. So how would you say to these women who are experiencing these hardship, and how to see that glass half full side of thing during this journey?
Feel whatever you need to feel. If you need to feel jealous and if you need to feel um, not happy for others, it's okay. It's okay. Those are emotions and feelings. And the more you block them, the more you're going to feel. Like, that doesn't mean that you're going to be a bad person for not feeling happy for something that you want in your life and somebody else is having it at the moment. And you're trying your best to do it. And you think to yourself all the time, why me?
Mm-hmm.
Why not me? Why I'm not getting pregnant and everybody else is? What's wrong with me? When you starting to say those words, what's wrong with me? It's you're putting so much pressure on yourself.
Yeah.
And not only yourself, the world out there is putting pressure on you because as a woman, we want to be a mom
Yeah,
always,
definitely.
right?
Yeah.
And having those feelings and emotions, that doesn't mean that you're a bad person. That means that you have feelings and emotions. I always said, if you're angry, feel angry, but don't get stuck in there. Just feel it. Feel the emotion and label it. I feel angry because so and so and so. I feel happy because so and so and so. And I feel sad because I think when a woman is trying to conceive, it's already having a lot of pressure on their shoulders
Yeah.
because they think it's only their fault.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see it that way. There are many factors out there, right?
Mm-hmm.
You might know that. And if you want to take something out of me right now and a woman that is trying to conceive, I will say, feel whatever you need to feel. It's okay. It's okay.
It's Dr. Promlab here, interrupting your episode. I do have an announcement that I think will be super exciting and beneficial for you, especially if it doesn't cost anything, right? So I actually have a free Facebook community for waiting moms out there just like you. And this is where I provide a lot of extra additional free training in more in-depth details than I'm able to do here on the podcast. So we've actually had a training recently on insulin resistance, and I had a whole multiple ones on egg quality, what you actually need to be eating to improve your egg quality, things like that, like nutrition, what to eat, so much more too on there in this little community. And I do these training once a month in my free Facebook group that you can join that doesn't cost you anything. And you actually get to meet other waiting moms just like yourself to share the journey that you guys are on and keeping each other supported, keeping each other accountable on doing all the things that will be so beneficial for you and your new baby to help you really optimize your body and your hormones to be the perfect place for as a future home for your baby for the next 9 months, right? And these little trainings are designed to help you get pregnant even sooner than most people who wouldn't have access to these trainings, right? So when you enter the community, make sure though you answer my question before joining. I have a lot of people trying to join but don't answer any of my questions. I decline them immediately because I actually want this community to be exclusive for people who are serious about their condition, about their health, and about their trying to conceive journey. I want to be able to tailor this group into what would be the best for you. So these questions are meant to help me help you even more. So if you answer them and you'll get in immediately, right? It just shows me that you are serious about this journey and you're serious about your health, and you're not just here to look at information, but you're here to actually ready to learn, and you're ready to start that next chapter of your life and starting your pregnancy journey instead of just waiting and waiting and waiting to see when it will be your turn, right? And I know this really overwhelming and lonely sometime on this journey. That's why I create this free community, and I really hope that you decide to join us. So I'll put the link to join my free Facebook community in the description of the podcast. So make sure you check that out, and I can't wait to see you in the community.
That doesn't mean you are a bad person.
Yeah. That's really a hit home. Most of the time I would that's the same thing I recommend too for my client and other women who are on social media. Like, how do you deal with this emotion? A lot of time, just being able to accept and feel all of their emotion, and then move on from there instead of
Mhm.
trying to. And I learned this way later on in life, because I grew up in a more traditional Asian teaching where I'm really not allowed to feel anything, and
Yes.
it just kind of sweep under the rug, you know, and you're just expected to do the right thing. And I'm like, what exactly is that? I don't know what that means, you know?
Exactly.
Like, so that's how I was brought up. So learning all of this and now being able to, you know, help other women understand that a lot of the time it's because of the way the society shaped you and your environment and how you're brought up. That's how you're having all these feelings and don't know how to kind of deal with it. So working through your emotion is like a big adult thing for me and for a lot of women too, I'm sure. And then I also like your coaching pillars. Right, I talk a lot about nutrition, so we'll just save that for like other
Hmm.
episodes. Um,
Yes.
but sleep hygiene is another great way to really help you um, fuel your fertility, and nobody really talking about sleep hygiene honestly as part of like a wellness healthy life in general, and also it's a big component that would help with fertility as well. And one of the things that I learned through my training is that if you have PCOS, right, and like endometriosis, you have a lot of inflammation in your body, and
Hmm.
oxidative stress is something that is present in the body, and that's one of the things that is harmful to your egg quality. um, and melatonin is actually something that helps combating that, and that's going to go into with like the sleep hygiene, like how do you increase your melatonin naturally, right? Because you can also take a supplement, but a lot of the time if you're trying to conceive, you might already have a drawer full of supplements
Yes.
and medication, right? All this treatment. You might not want to add more to your list of things you have to buy. I mean, of course you can, but is there a way that we can kind of naturally increase our melatonin? It does decrease with age too, as you know.
Yes. One of the things um, I always talk about sleep, and I never gonna get tired of talking about sleep, sleep, sleep. And I know it's hard because we live in a country. I'm gonna talk about, and also this part. I mean, we underestimate sleep. We don't see it. We even brag sometimes saying, "Oh, I can go through the day with only 4 or 6 hours to sleep. Oh, I'm fine with that." I mean, that is like a superpower, right? Like you have. That's not true. Sooner or later, you're gonna crash,
Mhm.
and you don't see it because you're going like so fast in your day. And when you go at night, you need supplements to kind of unwind yourself to try to sleep those 4 or 6 hours. One of the things that I always recommend is to look out for your circadian rhythm, right? Um, when your body is made, try to be in bed by 10 as latest. Try to put your phone, any screen, at least 30 minutes before you go to bed.
Yeah.
Get vitamin D, like go out, take some fresh air. Tell your body that it's the daytime because usually we spend a lot of time in front of the computer. We don't go out,
Mm,
right?
yeah.
Um, watch what you eat right before you go to bed. Uh, I mean, cheese, wine, I mean, beer. Be careful. Be careful with that. And there are out there so many teas that it can help you, but naturally follow up your circadian rhythm, get vitamin D, try to avoid as much screen time before you go to bed. We are always stimulated all the time. We're listening to music, we watch news, we work in front of the computer. Your brain is working like non-stop,
Yeah.
non-stop. Um, your brain and your body, the only way they reset and heal is by sleeping. And you know that inflammation decrease when we are asleep. And if we are not asleep and we're not eating right, once you sleep well, the eating right comes naturally
Yeah.
because you rest. You're I mean, people laugh at me sometimes, my sisters, because it's not at 9 p.m. and I said, I'm leaving. I'm gone. I need to be in my bed. I'm a baby. I need at least 7 to 8 hours of sleep because I know the next day I'm not going to function. And I'm a morning person. I'm up at 5. And that doesn't mean that I don't go through the nights without sleeping because as women, I'm in my 40s. And you know, everything is decreasing. And one of the things, cortisol,
Yeah, of course.
rise up by 2 a.m. If I
Mm-hmm.
don't, if I don't kind of calm myself down and watch what I eat, and I know I'm going to be up,
Mm,
right?
gotcha.
And another thing is overthinking. We tend to go to bed to think that we're going to solve our problems in the pillow.
I've done that the past couple of nights, so I'm laughing because I'm like guilty.
Yeah, and it's okay because it is fine because we don't know anything else. I mean, we live in a society where sleeping is a luxury,
It is. Oh, so
right? When
yeah.
it shouldn't be. It's a need. It's necessary that you get women, please sleep.
You're right.
Sleep. Sleep. And if you have the chance to take a nap, try to take the nap before 2 p.m.
Okay. How long would you say
Not
the nap would be?
20 minutes.
Hmm.
Like
Okay.
it really helpful, but don't do it after 2 p.m. because then you're gonna wake up
Right.
in the middle of the night. Try not to drink much water because then you're gonna water or tea or whatever before you go to bed because then you're gonna wake up to go to the bathroom.
Right.
That's even if you're asleep and you go back to sleep, your brain is already up.
Mm-hmm.
And the monkey mind, it takes nothing to start like
Oh yeah.
boom.
It's
I
hard.
know.
Yeah, it's definitely hard. And for me, like learning about sleep hygiene during my training in pharmacy school was like a whole revelation. I was like, wait,
Mhm.
you're supposed to do all this stuff? Like, so in our training, we were taught to like recommend at least 2 hours before bed without any screen time. And I tried that myself and it's not possible. I'm just like, I
Mhm.
need to be on something. Like, what am I doing for 2 hours before bed? But I like the 30
So,
minutes at least, right?
yeah,
Or
it's a
longer if you
start.
can.
It's a start.
Right.
Sometimes I just grab a pen and a pencil.
Mm,
Other things that help you a lot to go to sleep is to put your thoughts in a paper.
okay.
So you just releasing all your overthinking,
Oh,
right?
yeah. That's really
Um,
good. Yeah, because
Before
it's
you
like
just go to
journaling,
bed. I mean, you don't have to have a phone, but you can have a
pen and
your
paper.
journal.
Right. That's a really good idea. I'll try that. And everyone else is listening. I think you should also, because if for me, I just can't. I'll be scrolling on my phone
Mm.
forever and ever.
We all do. We
Yeah.
all do. We all do. And don't feel guilty. Is I think we all do it.
Right.
But if you feel so overwhelmed that you have a lot of going on in your mind and you're thinking for the next thing, just put it down in a journal and it help you. It really does because you don't
Definitely.
have it. It's like you don't have it ruminating in your brain. You put it into words and into paper and you're releasing that. Another thing is try to keep your room like a your sanctuary. Try not to put your laptop or whatever that is gonna interrupt your sleep or your to-do list or whatever, try to leave your room like neat. When I say neat, like see it as your castle, your fortress, your sanctuary where you go and feel safe.
Mm.
When you go to your room and say, this is my place, this is my happy place. That's what I do. I have a daughter, she's 18, and I taught her since she was a toddler, telling her, I need my space, and my space is my room. Just give me 10 minutes. And when you see your room, like, try to make your bed every time. The moment you wake up in the morning, make your bed. That's gonna, if you accomplish that tiny thing, it will do the rest. Because once you do your bed, you'll see your room is clean.
Mm-hmm.
No one wants to come to a room, in a messy room full of clothing. And I'm not judging, okay? I'm just trying to,
Yeah.
because my room is messy as well sometimes. But it's better if you see your room as your castle, as your safest space, as the place that you come only to sleep, only to sleep.
Yeah.
There are many people out there, they have TVs in their room.
Mm-hmm. Me,
Um,
I do.
it's one of
I don't turn it on though. It's actually not even set up because we moved to this new house a year ago and it's not set up, but it's in there.
um, and make it dark
Yeah.
because your you want your brain
Your brain to think.
to come.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
That's like
Yes.
all the points that you're mentioning is actually part of the sleep hygiene training, like keep your room super dark and making sure nothing else goes on in your bedroom besides sleep and sex. That's it. And like no
Mm-hmm.
work, no desk, no computer, no TV, like, or at least they recommend if you have a TV, like have a cover or something.
Yeah.
But the best thing would be not to watch TV in bed, actually. And I didn't know about
Yes.
that until I learned about the sleep hygiene training. And also, add on to all of your wonderful recommendation is to, especially for me now, I have to have like a sleep routine, like before bed. Instead of like watch TV or scroll on my phone, I try to do like, oh, I brush my teeth, right? All of that flossing, blah blah
Mm-hmm.
blah. And then I would do like skincare, and then I put like a eye mask on. I listen to some meditation, and I just like
Yes.
try to relax, and then I go to bed. My husband would be in the bed scrolling on his phone, and he's like, "What are you doing in there that is taking you so long?" And I said, "It's
Yeah.
my routine, okay? Don't mess with it. Like, don't
And that
question it."
helps you. And that helps you.
Yeah,
It's like a baby. It's like
yeah,
a newborn.
right,
You are
exactly.
teaching a newborn to get a routine, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because they don't have the awareness of when is the day and what's the nighttime.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things that I forgot to mention, if you need to sleep with your phone next to you, turn off the Wi-Fi.
Oh, oh.
Because the Wi-Fi sends waves to your brain unconsciously, and that's linked to depression and not sleeping
Oh.
well.
Hmm.
And there are many,
That's interesting.
um, you can make research about it, but it was part of my training as well. Wi-Fi is a big thing into your brain. If you have your phone in your night table with the Wi-Fi on, it
I
doesn't help either.
I might have to change that because I have a baby monitor by my
Mm,
nightstand, and it's Wi-Fi, the monitor. But I do have a regular monitor too that isn't Wi-Fi, but it's still a monitor. So like that's why I don't really sleep as well because I always have a baby
yeah,
monitor. But like that's a temporary thing. Like she'll grow up and that won't be
yes,
always a thing. But that's interesting about the Wi-Fi thing. I did not know about that. But yeah, so learning how to sleep better and getting more sunlight, like you were saying, like vitamin D, getting outside. That's one of the things that they tell you actually for baby who aren't who has their day and night switch, like after being born and they having trouble sleeping at night. That's also a recommendation. It's like the same thing, like learning how to sleep. Take the baby outside, get some
Yeah,
sunlight, right? The same thing for us too, because we're
it's the same
all
for us.
human. Yeah.
It is shocking that only 1/4 of the population in this country sleeps well. 1/4.
That's really bad.
Um, I grew up also in a Latin family, and Hispanic family, and the first questions my mom or my grandmother will ask when you're not feeling well: Did you eat? Did you sleep? Do you go poo?
Oh,
Right?
all the important things.
And that's it. That's
That's
all
all
we
you need.
need.
Yeah.
And even try to censor yourself or scan yourself when you don't sleep well. Pay attention to your emotions. You are very short temper.
Hmm.
And also the caffeine. Try not to drink caffeine afternoon in
That's
the
another good
afternoon.
one.
Even
Yeah.
though people say, oh, that doesn't affect me, caffeine does affect your brain because you're alert
Mm-hmm.
and it triggers your cortisol because it's like, boom, you want to be awake, you want to be doing something, right?
Yeah.
And ask yourself when you are not in a good mood, when you don't feel well, especially us with the hormones, they tend to blame everything to the hormones, but the hormones are just little messengers to
Yeah.
our brain,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
Something is not going on. And one of the things, most of the time when we are feeling low or blue, we don't sleep.
Yeah.
We do not sleep or we overwork ourselves
Right.
because we just keep going. We just keep going and going and going because that's how they taught us.
I mean,
And
society, it's hard to wind down, right, from all the busy work that we've been given, basically. And I know you guys are probably thinking why we're talking so much about sleep, but I'm telling you guys, like, this is one of the things you need to be doing if you're not already sleeping, like Anna said, 7 to 8 hours a night. Is going to help you tremendously if you are trying to conceive right now, and if you're having trouble, right? Like if you're ovulating and you know you're ovulating and you're still not pregnant, like what's going on? One of the thing is to increase your egg quality, because sometimes when you even though you're ovulating, but you might be ovulating an immature egg, and a lot of the time because you're not getting a good quality eggs, and sleep actually it helps with increasing your egg quality. So make sure that you do get that 7 to 8 hours sleep at night. And then another thing that I did want to mention.
Hello, hello. It's Dr. Pramlab here interrupting your episode to let you know that I actually have a full training on how to regulate your cycle to increase your pregnancy chance in less than 6 months. So, this is a free training that I have created for you all to really focus on what you can do daily to help you improve your ovulation and insulin resistance if you have it. It actually will provide you with a no fear strategy to help you transform your relationship with your PCOS symptoms without any restrictive diet. A lot of the time, I hear that P- patient with PCOS can feel super tired and have no energy, or insomnia, things like that. All of that really are based on your hormone imbalances, and we're going to go over that to figure out what hormone triggers you have in order for you to work with your body, and not have to be on a restrictive diet. You're also actually going to get a step-by-step guide to regulate your ovulation and cycles. I know with PCOS, a lot of the time you do have an irregular cycle. I know for me, I would only get one cycle every 6 months. So even when I was trying to conceive, I wasn't ovulating. So I wasn't even trying at all, really. And I went from only having 2 cycles per year to actually having 6 to 8 cycles per year, which is pretty good for me. And we're going to go over exactly how I did that. And finally, we're going to touch on key changes that you can make so you can optimize your body and your hormones without having to take a ton of medication or supplements. I didn't take any medication or supplements while I was trying to conceive because I just felt like nutrition was a better and more natural way of doing things. And it really helped me a lot. And I know it can help you too. So maybe you are just starting out on your trying to conceive journey and you're just a bit confused on what exactly you need to do. Or if you've been on this journey for a while and you've tried everything under the sun just to get that big fat positive pregnancy test, but no matter what you do, you're not getting the result that you want, right? And actually, no matter where you are on your trying to conceive journey, right? All you want to do is to meet your baby and to have that family that you've always dreamed of. So, if you want to achieve this dream, you want to make this dream a reality, and you want access to this free training that I have for you, all you have to do is go to drpromlabwellnesscorner.com/free-training and go ahead and watch this amazing free training and let me know if you found this helpful at all for you. I like to know if I can make it even better for you in the future, or if you found that it was helpful now, let me know what you liked about it. And you can always just send me a message on social at Dr. Promlab Wellness Corner. Okay, well, let's get back into today's episode.
Movement helps too in general, right, for hormone balancing and PCOS. So I wanted to talk to Anna now. Her movement recommendation, like I know you have a 10%, right, of
Yes.
movement as part of your coaching pillar. What kind of movement do you normally recommend for your clients?
Every single person is different. I do not recommend a specific one. One of the things, once you sleep well, you eat well, because we all know what eating well means,
We do.
right? There are so many diets. Every week we have a new diet, right? I do
Yes.
not recommend diets. I don't believe in that. I don't believe in that. I don't follow any. Everyone is different. Everyone eats differently. Everyone grew up in a different household because we need comfort food.
Oh yeah.
We need comfort food. And movement, I always said, do what you like. When you are restful, when you are okay with yourself, when you learn to listen to your body is going to ask you what to do. Just take 2 minutes and say, what do I want to do today? Do I want to go for a walk? Do I want to practice yoga? Do I feel more uh, with more energy and maybe some weight?
Yeah.
And once you find what you like and what is best for your body, because I'm going to put myself as a simple, I don't like HIIT. I don't like cardio.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it hurts. It really hurts. And I feel miserable when I do that. And probably you know more than me, the cardio and HIIT, it's not helpful for your hormones.
Mm-hmm.
It depends of the cycle,
Oh yeah.
of the phase of your
Mm-hmm.
cycle. You are what you need. We
Right.
need different types of exercise in every single phase. I mean, I grew up in the 90s and the 2000s when you had to work out and cardio no matter what
I
because
know.
you needed to be skinny,
I Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Can you imagine being in your period? and working your, I'm sorry, mask off
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
not helpful. It's not
Yeah.
helpful. So when you learn, that's why it's very important to mindset, self-growth. That's why I'll focus so much in there,
Mm-hmm.
because once you learn to know yourself, you
Yeah.
will learn how to listen to your body. And
Yeah.
it's okay if you don't do like 2 hours. We don't need 2 hours of exercise.
No, that's way
We
too
do
much.
not,
Yeah.
right? I
Mm-hmm.
mean, find what you like. If you're just starting in your wellness journey, try different things.
Mm-hmm.
Go for a walk, start slowly. It's okay. Yoga, I love yoga. That's my thing.
Me too.
I practice that's my thing. That's my go-to when I don't feel like
Mm-hmm.
now in my 40s. I know that I need to be lifting a little bit more weight, my muscle. You know that we decrease muscle, that
Right.
we need more protein. I don't like it. I don't like cardio. My cardio is yoga, and my cardio is when I go to the beach to walk my dog.
Yeah.
Like and just at home as women, we do a lot at home, walking up the stairs, doing laundry, doing dishes.
Yeah.
That counts as a workout.
Yeah. Definitely.
And that's why my pillar as movement is the least. That
Mm-hmm.
doesn't mean that it's not important,
Yeah.
because once you achieve your sleep and you're eating and you find what is good for you, because I grew up eating rice and beans, right? And for so many, rice and beans are carbs, and you shouldn't be eating that much carbs. But for me, it's my comfort food. I grew up like that. It makes me feel home.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not bad. It doesn't affect my body. And beans are full of fiber,
Oh yeah.
protein, all what we
Yes,
need, right?
beets are delicious and super healthy for you. I definitely recommend
Yeah.
beets 100%. Um
And I always said, as movement, try different things until you find your own.
that's a really good recommendation because for me I it took me a while to like I try all the hit stuff because those were all the trendy things, and now I landed on spin class when I feel like it, like the Peloton stuff, right? And then I do
Hmm.
yoga and bar in between, and I love the strength training that yoga gives you, and the meditative part of yoga too, like in breathing, like slowing down and just kind of feeling with your body because you don't really think what your body wants most of the time, like you said, like learning to understand your body is like the biggest part of your wellness journey, of your fertility journey. You gotta listen to your body, like what do I need today, like asking that question is already achieving so much because
Yes.
you understand that you're important and you need to listen to you, like not just oh what should I be doing that other people are telling me that I should be doing, right? No,
Yes. Oh,
listen.
that this is trendy,
Oh
or let me
yeah,
go do this because my friends are doing this,
right.
or oh, that's working for my friend. That means it's gonna work for me. No,
Yeah, listen
I
to your
work for
body.
something.
Mm-hmm.
There's it's called bio individuality, and I apply it in nutrition, and I apply it in movement. We we are different. We have a different DNA.
Yeah,
I mean, what it works for me, it might not work for you.
exactly.
What it can be poison for you is going to be delicious for me.
Yeah.
So that's why I always said, listen to yourself. There is something inside yourself that is bigger than your body, that is
Mm-hmm.
bigger than the outside world.
Yeah.
Just quiet yourself down. Even waking up and set an intention. Listen to yourself and set an intention for your day. Is intention is not part of your to-do list. Your intention can be being mindful, Your intention can be kind to yourself. Your intention can be uh, free complain for an hour. It's one thing that really helps. It really helps with mindset.
Okay.
No complaining.
Yeah.
Start by doing like for 30 minutes. Like because we do it unconsciously. Oh, it's too hot today. What a day. That is complaining.
Yeah.
Your mind is working and your mind believes in that. And that's why we're always so angry, upset,
Mm-hmm.
because we we don't look to the bright side of life. We
Right.
tend to just see the dark part. The more you're focused in a negativity, the bigger it gets.
Yeah.
And it works the other way around.
Yeah.
If you focus on what you have, that is, you're going to be happy. But if you focus on what you do not have, you're going to be miserable.
Mm-hmm.
Always question yourself what you want to eat and what you want to do and what do you want to be out there.
Yeah. That's really like the concept is wonderful and beautiful, right? But I feel like for people who are listening, they're okay, but how do we do all of this stuff, right? And it's a journey, guys. So it's not you're just
Mm-hmm.
gonna wake up next day and you're gonna be
No, it's
this
not. It's not
version of
rainbow and
yourself.
flowers.
Yeah, no.
No.
So work small steps, right? Baby step, maybe focus on sleep first, maybe focus on eating better first, right? Like whatever it is, just putting a little bit of the better habits in your day. And I would probably recommend I work best with like a planner. I like to plan things. That's
Mm-hmm.
just
Mm-hmm.
how my brain works. So I even like in the planner write down gratitudes, like write down my
Yes.
intention, write down my affirmation for the days, things like that. Really helps just creating the habit of thinking more positively, like thinking, being more grateful. I know most of us are on this journey, and it's hard to feel grateful because you're always like, oh, why me? You know,
Yes.
why am I not pregnant yet? Like, what's wrong with me? But in that mist of feeling like you're not good enough, right? I'm sure there's things in your life that you're thankful for, things in your life that you're grateful for. Like, say today you made a change from maybe eating more processed food, you know, now you're eating more wholesome food, or maybe you cooked a homemade meal that you've never done before. Like, that's a good switch, right? So I'm thankful for myself that I'm able to make a home cooked meal, right? Working towards my health journey, and I'm going to meet my baby soon. Something along the
Yes.
line of that will really help you. So that's how you'll start, right? And know that this is going to be a journey. It's not going to be something that you're going to wake up and it's going to be here immediately. So be patient as well as another thing I'll recommend. But Anna, do you have any other recommendation for people who want to start doing things more mindfully, like focusing more on self love and mindset and things like that?
Um, being grateful. And every time that that phrase showed up in your brain, why me? Why I'm not getting pregnant or whatever you're going through, have this phrase behind that. What what life is trying to teach me, what I can get out of this. I know it's hard. I know it's hard because I've been there. I mean, in the different situations when I question myself so much, what's wrong with me? But nothing is, just think about it. Nothing is wrong with you.
Mm-hmm.
If you are in a place right now, that means that you meant to be there for a reason. And you don't always have to have the answers. if you want to start to having more mindful life, to start your wellness journey, take it as a newborn, just a little by a little, teaching yourself. We Since we start living in our toddler years, people is teaching us and we are learning, but we have so much to unlearn.
Oh my gosh. Yes, unlearning is a whole other world.
We know a lot. Now we need to unlearn a lot.
Yeah.
Like, and one of the things is be gentle with yourself. Be gentle. Just let it be. Be gentle and kind with yourself. Love yourself. Loving yourself is not looking yourself in the mirror, say, "Oh, I love myself. Look how beautiful." No, it's putting yourself first. Always, no matter what you are. And just take baby steps, a little by a little. Don't pressure yourself.
Yeah, and that's a good I like that putting yourself first is the mentality that you should always be in. And as women, as wife and mom, you never put yourself first. It's always my family, my husband, my kid,
My
right? My
kids,
parents. Like I need to take care of everybody.
my
It
extended family, my dog.
Yeah. My dog. Oh my gosh. And it's not selfish either, guys. So if you think, oh my gosh, I
No,
need to like do this, you can always ask for help too. Like if you need 10 minutes to yourself just to be, it's not selfish to, oh hey, ask your husband, like, can you take care of whatever it is that you needed to do? Like just pause for a minute. You can do this, right? And like my affirmation, well, not really, my intention for the year was me. Like I put myself first, so I always go back to that intention of the year. And like, how am I doing? Like, am I putting myself first? And I know that it's not selfish, right? Because I need to take
no,
care of myself before I can take care of other people. And you need to also
yes,
take care of yourself in order for you to grow a new baby, in order for you to create life, and in order for you to put energy into raising this new child that you're going to have, right? But yourself is so much, so important to listen to, and to love, and to take care of before, right? Would you say?
yes. Women's, we are a caregivers in every single way.
Mm-hmm.
In every Since the day we are born as women, we know that we are have to please, that we have to give.
Mm-hmm.
And the moment we don't do that, we feel that we are bad person. We are not a good wife. We are not a good partner. We are not a good mom. We are not good enough.
Yeah.
And just take as example when you are on a plane and they are teaching you how to use the mask, the oxygen mask. Who do you have to put it on first? Your kid next to you or yourself?
Yeah.
Yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you, as a mom, you're not okay and you're not asleep okay and you're not eating well, what is going to happen to your kid?
Same thing.
You're not going to be functioning,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
And just be gentle.
Right. Right. And I know we're also thinking, oh, what if I'm not even a mom yet, right? But you still would need this mentality going into
Mm-hmm.
your new chapter of your life, because once that baby come, you probably hear this a lot, your life will change, right? But if you have this routine in place, like this mentality already coming into motherhood, it's going to help you tremendously, learning how to lean on other people too, asking for help, asking for support when you need it, and not trying to do everything by yourself, because that's how we're wired. Like it's just so
Yes.
strange. Like you and I grow up in different, culture, right?
Households.
But somehow we're all in the same
It is kind of
boat.
pain. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
as women. So, and then I wanted to leave a little bit of time for you to tell everybody, what exactly that, how do you service people in your coaching? Do you have more one-on-one help, or do you offer like a program? Like if people wanted to reach out to you, just in general, like if they had question about what
Yeah.
you do, can you talk a little bit more about that?
Yes, they can always reach out to me at my Instagram. I like to work one on one because I like to, everybody's different. I like that approach. Um, and I work with women, like especially women, but I have to say, men have asked my help
Oh,
as well. Yes,
that's exciting.
like because it's hard. It is
Yeah,
hard.
it's hard for them
At the,
too. They have to live in the same world we do.
yes, and they can always reach out to me through my Instagram, which is Anna dot. I mean, yes, Anna dot Medina dot lowercase the underscore. I can You can put it in
Yeah, I'm
your.
gonna put
You
it.
can-
I'm gonna put Anna's contact information and her Instagram handle in the podcast description. And
Yeah,
if
and
you
then
have
my
like a
email.
website or something, I can
Yes,
always put that in there too, and you guys can
yes, yes,
contact her that way as well, right? Would that be the
yes.
easiest way?
It is the easiest way, and my email as well.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, I'll
and
definitely add all of that contacts. And then I believe, was that mostly all of the pillars that you have, right? We talked about all of them.
yeah, we don't talk much about nutrition
Yeah.
because you talk a lot about nutrition, and I love sleep.
I yes, I love that you love sleep, because so many
Yes,
people overlook that component of
yes,
wellness. And for me, when I help people get pregnant, right, I don't just focus on one thing to, like, it's everything together, because otherwise you're not whole, like and you need to be your
yeah,
whole self in order to create life. And that's my philosophy in many ways too. And I love that you're also having, that same mentality for women in general and men as well, to live a better, healthier ways, right, with your coaching. And I think your work is super duper important, and I'm so happy that you're able to carve some time out of your weekend and to chat with
thank
me.
you. I'm happy
um
to. I just want to tell your audience, if you ever feel stuck in life, if you ever feel like it, you don't know where to go, you don't know where to start, that's my job. That's part of my job.
mhm.
That's me. It's okay to lift up your hand and say, I need help. And I can hold that hand
Yeah, yeah, a lot of the
and
time.
help. That's part of my job. And I love what I do. And I love to listen to people, and I love to help them find their way, help them find that light inside of us. Because once you find yourself, you're going to be most of the time we are afraid to lose people. But
Yeah,
once you find yourself, you're going to be afraid to lose yourself again.
right.
So that's my job. That's what I do.
And
I help to.
asking for help a lot of the time is like the hardest thing anybody can do. So I always encourage, if you need help, please reach out to either one of us. If you're going through fertility journey, or if you're just going through life in general and you're stumble upon this episode somehow, Anna is definitely, her door's always open. And I do believe that working with her would be tremendous, benefits for you if wellness and living a happier life, I think
Yes,
is a more important thing. Healthy is good, like, but there's so many
yes,
avenue for healthy, but there's not many avenue for happy. And most people don't
exactly.
focus on
Don't
being
don't
happy.
even put that word out there because they
Yeah,
don't believe in that,
yeah, and having
right?
joy in your life, right? And I want your journey to motherhood to be joyful and happy too. So hopefully you learn a lot from this episode and from our conversation today, and definitely reach out to either one of us if you have any more question, right? And we'll be so happy to hold your hand and to help you.
Yes. Thank you so much for having
Of
me.
course, of course.
Well, that's all for today's episode of Becoming Moms. I hope you really enjoyed it and you found it helpful. And if you resonate with everything that I talked about today and you feel like you want to learn more, you want to learn how to truly create sustainable changes that will ensure that you will be able to effortlessly fall pregnant and find freedom from dieting, freedom from killing yourself over at the gyms days in and days out, freedom from all those medication and supplements that you're currently on, so you can stop worrying about your future and stop worrying about if you ever become a mom and start enjoying your baby making journey again. Start living your dream as your reality, right? That probably is just going to have the family that you've always wanted instead of constantly living fear and feel stuck on your trying to conceive journey. Then I really invite you to connect with me. I want to get to know you better and I want to show you how I can make all of that happen for you, right? We'll actually chat for 45 whole minutes where we'll hash out a strategic plan to help you see that regulating your cycles and ovulation isn't all that impossible anymore. But I'll only want you to reach out if you feel like you are 110% committed to your health and that you are ready to take massive action to make it happen, okay? Because we can both talk and talk until we're both blue in the face, but if you are not willing to invest in your health, not willing to invest in yourself, then nothing we can say can really change anything, right? So if you really think that is you and you are ready to see where your powerful self can really take you, then all you gotta do is go to drpromlatwellnesscorner.com/apply and book a free roadmap call with me. I am committed to you and your health, and I will work with you until you are successful. During the session, we will evaluate where your strengths are and what's currently working for you, and then we'll take a look at what we can improve upon, as well as mapping out a plan for you to get there. And then if you are a really good fit, I'll actually offer you a spot in my Becoming Moms community where we will work further with you on how to create a more sustainable and less restrictive way so you can actually optimize your hormones in your body to increase your chances of conceiving without having to think about if you'll ovulate this month at all. Also, make sure to fill out the little short survey attached to our call before the session. So I have a bit of a background on you to better prepare and plan for our session to make sure that you will get the most out of your time with me. Okay, well, I can't wait to speak with you soon. Until then, sending you lots of baby dust.